I've never heard of any Protestant pastor who is required to be celibate from his wife after becoming a pastor.
Oh, I hope you've never heard of such an instance because that would be sin. That would be wrong.
That would just seem so foreign in the Protestant world. So why is this problematic? Because when a teaching is so clearly seen all throughout the Old Testament, the New Testament, throughout all of the scriptures.
Neither Jesus nor any of the apostles set that as a requirement. It's not a requirement. In fact, the normative practice for clergy is that they be married. That's what's normative. That's the standard. Yes, you can commit yourself to celibacy and serve the Lord, but when the Bible says you serve the Lord better when you're single, it's talking about all believers in Corinthians, and it's a very specific instance there that it's referring to. It's not talking about clergy in general. Pastors, elders, leaders in churches actually can serve the church better when they first serve their family and demonstrate how they can lead a family before they're put into a position of leadership, of leading the family of God. So I'm not saying that somebody who's not married can't lead. You're just limited in your leadership. That's Bible. That's apostles. That's Jesus, okay? But Jesus wasn't married. Yeah, Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, okay? He recommended marriage. He created it after all.
And seen with Jesus, seen with the apostles, seen in the early church, it's very clearly in alignment with Christian teaching and, a biblical practice.
No, this was not taught by the apostles. It was not taught by Jesus. Celibacy after marriage, if you go into the priesthood or you become a pastor or an elder, what? This wasn't practiced by the early church. Anyone knows that a man who is occupied with a family understands certain values that when it comes to a hierarchical control, you can't implement power when a man knows the reality of what it is to lead someone you love, like a wife or children. Again, I'm not taking away from those who remain celibate. It doesn't diminish that, but there is a different dynamic that's necessary for the leadership of the church to have men in position of leadership who know what it is to lead a family.
So if Protestants are rejecting this, and even from the beginning, Protestant reformers were rejecting this, this just goes to show the Protestant reformers were not in the fullness of truth, and Protestantism today is not in the fullness of truth.
I know this is an old video, but Catholics, I need to be reminded, is this typical or atypical of the Catholic mind? Like, is this how your brain works? You think a later added requirement by your institution for those who serve in clergy, that was, when they established this, they recognized this is not a biblical mandate. This is not normative. They changed what was normal to their own standard because they recognized it benefits the institution, not the membership. Like having a married church leader is better for the local assembly, but having a celibate man as a leader is better for the institution as a whole.